Welcome back, everybody. This is Carson Hardy, and I have very exciting news for you guys. The Canon R5 has finally gotten a cool update. Now we're going to test out vehicle tracking, and I'm gonna be here with my friend Nicholas right now. There he is, good timing. And we're gonna be shooting some motorcycle stuff, and then tomorrow I'm gonna be shooting some car stuff so we can really test all this out. Enjoy the ride. So I have just enabled this new setting. It's actually very simple. It's in the Canon autofocus menu. It was changing from people to vehicles. Super simple. Unfortunately, I don't have some type of external recorder to show you exactly what the Canon sees, but you'll see the footage and that'll kind of speak for itself. So a couple tests so far, and it does look like it is locking on pretty nicely, and eye autofocus is still working, which is definitely a plus. I'm having him just keep on keeping on. Well, go find a place to pee. I'm gonna change lenses. 24 to 70. We started off wide, we'll get a little bit tighter. I am now on the 24 to 70. Wow, and I didn't even have to tap that time. It caught on him very quick. I'm here to analyze some of the shots that I got. Focus about right here, but then it does start to lose it as we did get a little closer. You can tell it's lost complete focus right here. Panning pretty quickly though. It is supposed to lock onto the helmet in case it does lose tracking on the bike. I wouldn't say that it stopped focusing on the bike as much as it stopped focusing on him. Again, with this shot, same thing. Now on this wider shot, it looks like it's getting him the whole time. Yeah, clean in focus. Again, once we get to the helmet, that's whenever it starts to die off. I am pretty tight here, but it seems towards the end it does grab the focus. For this shot, it looks to be all in focus the whole time. It maintained focus on the bike, I would say about 80, maybe 70% of the time. Now we're heading over to Russ's car. That's what it's designed for. It's for photographers who, you know, shoot racing type stuff. You can just lock it on. Like I press that and then it's gonna always get it in focus. All right, everybody, we are here on day 2 of the 1.5 Canon R5 update. I'm here with my friend Russ.
Nice to meet you guys.
That was not planned. What do you drive?
I drive the Rep Dodge Dart, my baby. It's called the Phantom.
Y'all gotta check out his channel. I'll put it somewhere around here. But I'm just excited to test out this update.
I'm actually just happy to get a lot of cool rollers today and cool shots.
Let's do it. Now I did shoot everything in slow-mo. It gets a little bumpy here. That's like almost a perfect match shot right there. Which makes sense because I just had my camera pried up against the window. Hey, good thing I don't have any presets because I'll be kind of giving away all my information right here. We've got focus the whole time. I think this is a better scenario. Now, all these pictures are gonna be in focus just because I wouldn't have kept them otherwise. I did see the box on pretty much all of these. This was an interesting shot because it was, you know, Russ stopped still, but this biker was nice and blurry. I thought it was interesting. Here's a slight roller as well. Storming the castle maybe. Up here to lose focus because there's some bumps in the road. We got complete focus loss for a good bit right there. But again, it locks on pretty quick. And whenever there's something obstructing the view, it still maintains focus pretty well. I love the way the motorcyclist just comes by right there. I really had no issues with Russ's car. It seemed to be doing better with the car than the motorcycle. Second, it seems like the particles in the air, which I thought made a cool look, but it seems like that did mess with it just a little bit. I'm not sure why it lost focus there. It's a nice little front shot. I got a closer one of those, well, black and white. You can actually see all these leaves fall off. My driver, Nick, he didn't realize how high my hatch was whenever it was open, so I actually hit that. I don't think there's any damage. I haven't really checked. Again, on these turns, that's a little odd for it. This is probably my favorite shot. I do think I could have used a polarizer to kind of cut some of that glare on the black. but this is probably my favorite shot just because it seems like it's somewhere else. Yeah, it's weird. The Canon R5 is not supposed to have any sound for slow-mo, but a couple of these clips did have sound, so I don't know what happened there. It's like the update maybe did that too, but that's not in the log, and it's not for every video, so I'm not sure on that. Again, you can hear it. Crazy. I think he could maybe use this as a profile picture. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. We're keeping focus, especially on these tight shots. It did very well. Driver Nicholas.
I didn't shower today.
Fun tip. You left him hanging?
I wasn't really looking. I was looking.
Bro. Russ, wasn't that sus?
Yeah, man, it just left me hanging.
All right, we are done with that. A little bit nauseous, sitting in the back. I believe it was a big cop out to shoot everything in slow-mo. Big thanks to Russ on this one. I appreciate it. Car looked real sick. I think we got a lot of good shots. I think I also got him a nice portrait too. You know, man, I've never even rode in this car. You mind if I get a quick ride? All right, first time in the Phantom. Seatbelts first. How long you had this car?
I want to say about 3 years now.
All right, time to see how fast this thing goes. This was a cool shot. It didn't make it to the final edit though. Another shot of this, but this one's manual focus. It's just much more reliable, especially if you're gonna maintain distance. Now, whenever I shot these bikers, it definitely was having no issues. I think the lighting again was much better than the tunnel. It takes like 20 shots just to get one really good one. Maybe I'll get better with time, I would assume so. Yeah, and then I got this plane, which I thought was pretty badass. Panning down from the plane to it. Yep, that was one shot. It took a second, but it finally grabbed the focus. The whole gang right here. This was their guy filming. This was a really cool one. I don't know why I went for black and white, and this Moody, it kind of feels like it's a spaceship. Honestly, I want to print this out. Let me know if it's cool enough to print. Would y'all want one of these? Yeah, you can see that it does have airplane detection. That is the vehicle. Absolutely insane. I love seeing that square on there. It makes me know that it's not just doing contrast anymore. It's actually detecting these vehicles, which I think is very genius. Again, these rollers, they take a lot. Did all right on the close-ups. This one is a bad example. There it is, nice and sharp. Yeah, they were badass. I really was not expecting them to be there, but I'm happy they were. Probably one of my favorites just for the sheer fact we've got the whole gang behind him, and then he's just, you know, front and center. I think this would be a cool one on Instagram, like whenever you slide over. This was one of my favorite shots just because we've got, you know, him popping a wheelie, his friend popping a wheelie, and then if you look in the back, we've actually got a small prop plane just chilling in the back. So I thought that was pretty badass. We finally made it to the end of that car shooting. The motorcyclists were really awesome. I made sure to stay a little bit later so I could get those. You actually didn't see those. I'm excited to show you later. Turns out Nick was not the only one who had a motorcycle. Russ does as well, and it is a Kawasaki Ninja. Like, what are the odds? Like, come on, really? So we're out here in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I haven't even been out here either, man. I just kind of looked on Google Maps and I was like, railroad? Yeah. We're just shooting the bike on the railroad track. I love this shot. I think it's because it's mostly backlit and he's almost silhouetted. We had a lot of foliage and I definitely noticed that that was causing an issue. Yep, right there you see it locks on, but it does get it back. And then it actually maintains it here, which I thought was pretty impressive. Right here, it seems to be in focus for this video, but I have a photo in this same spot that I love, but it's slightly out of focus. It's the foliage. It ruined the shot. I know y'all can't really tell, but it's just slightly out of focus. Just slightly. I think it's okay for Instagram, but definitely not portfolio work if it's slightly out of focus. But this time it just seemed to do better with Russ's bike, even though he has the same bike as Nick. But his is a white bike, so that could be playing a part. I chose this vibe based on this last picture I got. That's why everything's like so punchy yellow. I just thought it looked so cool. Here's a little before and after. It's absolutely insane. I just got long shots and wide shots, and now I'm gonna pull out the drone. This one by far is my favorite from the whole day. It was like one of the last shots I took. I think I might get it printed. I think it might even be my new YouTube banner. All right, man, it's been fun. I appreciate your time today.
Yeah.
We'll have to catch you again.
Adventure today. It was definitely an adventure.
Now they say they've got vehicle detection, but what about scooter detection? Oh, oh, I think it's getting it. 70? Yeah, it's picking it up. You can see it's focused on her eye right now. Will it focus on her if she turns around? Nope. It says it's supposed to be able to lock onto your torso. Okay, so you see it's focused on my eye? Maybe my helmet? Still head? From behind? So it couldn't get your head because of all your hair, I guess. There's one other thing that this Canon R5 was specifically updated for, and that is the Canon VR lens. And I'm really excited to see how that looks. If y'all really enjoy this video, I might even rent it. Catch you guys in the next video. I appreciate y'all for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Peace. No.
I'm a giraffe.